Alright, today we're just going to take a look at the... Hi, buddy. Right there? Okay. Today we're going to see if we can swap out the shock on the... Swap out the shock on the Blitzshark bike. Okay. The first idea was to just drop the KKE in there because it's about the same length. Maybe a tad longer, like an inch longer, but the spring, as you can see the difference in spring size alone, this spring is too much, just too much. You can't even compress it. If you're able to get it on there, well, one thing you're going to have is the eyelet at the top is actually too close to the top weld, so there's not enough room. So you kind of have to figure out a way to get it on there. And even if you did, the spring is way too strong. You'd have to swap out the spring for it, and that's a lot more work. But I did find another kit online. Let's take a look at that real quick. In order to get access to the tops of the spring there, you can try and fight in here with wrenches, or you can take the side plastic off. To get to this plastic, it's going to be four black screws here and here, and two on the outside here and here. Not too hard. You guys like watching the screws being unscrewed? Is this exciting? I don't know. It's a real pain in the butt. Believe it or not, to shoot this with one hand and to do the action with the other hand is not fun. But it's exciting, and we're learning together. And that's half the battle. The other battle is trying to keep the screw from disappearing when you unscrew it. Not disappear. Good screw. I didn't even tighten this one all the way. I was ready to do this before. Anyways, you get the idea. Once it's unscrewed, the it just kind of wobbles off of there. Pull the sides open. And boom, look at all this room. So much more room for activities. I guess I should get ahead of myself and make sure this spring's gonna work. So let's start that first. It was Amazon, it was about 30 bucks, 20 bucks. A 90mm motorcycle rear shock. And it looks and feels about the same. I hope it's better. The original bike comes with 2 Allen keys, which will do the job. And just remember, when you take this apart, the rear end's going to drop because, you know, this is what's holding it up. What I do, I just put my shoulder underneath it here and catch it just in case. Alright, so yeah, just put my shoulder under this side, lift it up just a little bit. It's not that heavy. This bike is light, is nothing. And I just slide my pins in first, and then I'm going to lift it up one more time, and then I'm going to start my screws. It's so hard to do with 2 hands. I wish I had more hands. Yeah, like that. Alright, the new shock is bolted in place. Don't forget to add Loctite if you care about the person riding it, but it's me, so I don't. And I already had a little bit on there, but yeah, put some Loctite on there if you're doing it for your kids or your friends or someone who's paying for it. Other than that, put your 6 bolts back on, 6 screws, 8 screws. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do because I am lazy. Is I'm only gonna put the 2 rear bolts back in. I'm gonna leave these 2 out just because they're a hassle to get back to if I need to do road repairs. And put the fender shroud sides back on, and we're all done. Alright, once your plastics are all back on, and your soft seat, you can drop the thing back on the ground. You can adjust this up and down pretty easily with your hands, which is probably a little too easy. And you can grab this with something else, but mostly you're just going to strip it. It is just aluminum and it will wear out. So let's drop it on the ground, take a look at it. All right, what did we learn? Okay, this spring is probably too heavy for this chassis. I think we're rated at 1,000 pounds. While size is right and it will work, your problem that you're going to be having is that you won't actually be able to compress this spring. You can loosen this all the way down, but then you're going to be outside of the shackle on the top. So if the spring was longer, it might work out, but it's not. Is this a good solution? Depends. If you're a really big boy, bigger than me, I'm 240, then yeah, this will probably be able to get you on the road and give you some suspension without compromising, without bottoming out. The old one bottoms out like any time that you bounce on it. This one will not bottom out, but it's not enough to actually move the shock the full value. And let me tell you, I don't even know if this hardware really feels like it's strong enough to support 1,200 pounds, even if it did. You can lower this all the way down, but then you can have too much looseness in the top of the spring there, because basically this amount of control isn't really here for adjustment. This amount of control is really just to put another spring into this cylinder itself. So at 1,200 pounds, it's too much. I would probably say a 700-pound solution might be the answer, and for 20 bucks I might just buy another one and swap them out. But these are very, very simple, very cheap made. Don't expect magic from it, but what are you putting it on? So you won't really put a lot of money into this bike anyways, unless you want to, or you have it. So that's what I feel. All right, how does it work? Well, it's a shock. It works all right. I think 1,200 pound spring is too much for this build. I think you probably would be better off with a 700 pound spring instead. It's probably the right answer. The colors look better on this bike. It's cheap. It's only 20 bucks. So it's not really going to hurt you more than a lunch to try it out for yourself. And it definitely prevents it from bottoming out. So that's we're making progress in the right direction, but we're not quite there yet. So we're gonna keep it going. If you like this kind of content, let me know. And if you don't, let me know too, because honestly, I don't know. I'll see you on the next one. Squeak, squeak.